Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to use Chummer as a post-character creation tool where you can actually use it in-game or keep it up to date with all the additional Nuyen items and karma that you get while you're playing Shadowrun. So after you've gone ahead and created your character, worked everything out, and made sure that basically you're empty for all of these statistics over there, spent all your attributes, your skills, picked your spells, blah blah blah, then you can go over to the character info tab where there will be an option, mark character as created. So this will basically mean that everything you've done up to this point is going to be finalized, and it's going to put it into what's called career mode, where it will generate the extra bonus starting Nuyen based off of your lifestyle choice and allow you to make modifications to the character as a post-creation character, for lack of a better word. So what I would recommend doing is that you do save it before you go ahead and actually do the final conversion, just in case. So I'm going to probably put like a test here at the end, just because I don't want this to overwrite anything. Usually won't be too big of an issue, but you know, having backups is nice. So let's go ahead and mark the character as created, hit save. It'll say that basically once you've marked it as created and actually saved it, it can't be modified using the build system. Here it's saying that I have 22 knowledge points to spend. That's actually a bug or something, I think, because I did actually spend the 22, so I'll just go ahead and hit yes there. And for this result of 1d6, just roll, well, I mean, depending on what it says to do, roll the appropriate number of dice and let it add to the starting Nuyen. So just go ahead and hit OK here. And then it puts it in basically gameplay career mode. And as you go through the game, you can do things like actually use up ammunition. So if we go to the weapons tab and I select throwing knife, you can start to use up ammo with your pistols, your weapons, whatever, by hitting fire here. As you can see, I don't actually have it linked up properly to my gear, but if you have it linked up properly, you hit fire, it's going to consume an ammo generally. The main thing here is going to be that you want to open up the dice roller. Unless you have dice on hand, it's really up to you how you want to do it. And while you're actually playing Shadowrun, especially on an online game, you can just put in the number of dice appropriate to your skill check, and if you ever need to know what that appropriate number of dice is, just go over to the skills tab and look at the total that you get by adding together your stat plus the number of points you actually put into those given skills. So here, logic of 7 plus 6 comes out to 13. And for specialization, you get 15 total, which is about as good as you can get for a starting character. So that's how you would determine basically what you need to roll. And anytime you need to make a roll, just go over to your dice roller, and that's how well and good. Now, as for updating your character, one of the coolest things is over here on the Karma and Nuyen tab. As you gain resources after finishing missions or continuing through your game, you can simply go over here and hit Karma gained or Nuyen gained to add extra points to your character that's beyond the starting value when you finished your character creation. So let's say I got a ridiculous number of Karma, like 15 for a mission. Bam, it's going to mark that there. And if you actually have multiple data points, like you got 15 Karma here and then 15 Karma in another area, it'll start creating a graph for you. So here, gained 15 Karma, then gained another 5, which brings us up to 20. And as we spend Karma, it's actually going to reflect that over here. So this is a great page for Game Masters to look at. So same with Nuyen. Let's just say gained 5,000 Nuyen. And you can see how it charts it over time. So you can see basically how your resources are spent and gained as you progress through your sessions. Now back to the skills tab or stats tab. One of the coolest things about this is that since you added career karma, you can go back in here and spend this on different things. So for instance, you want to purchase con as a skill. That will cost 2 karma. Increase it to 2. That's all well and good. And that will immediately spend the karma for you. The actual current karma is in the bottom left-hand corner. And if we go back to the Nuyen and Karma tab, we can see how those resources got spent over time, and let our game master see this, which is really useful. Same thing applies to actually making purchases with Nuyen or purchases with Karma. So here I'll boost the reaction to 2, and we can see, hey, I spent 10 points to increase the reaction. And if we go to gear, we can just start buying things like, I don't know, an armor mod on the armor jacket. So we'll give it 5 resistance, rating 6, of course, with Game Master approval for any of this stuff. And it gets back reflected on the Karma and Nuyen tab. So really, aside from just being a character sheet, it also provides those built-in tools to manage everything for you so that you're spending the right amount of Nuyen. Everything is tracked and logged. And same applies to Karma, but plus you also have the dice roller tool here, which is really useful if you don't have a fistful of dice, and you can just make the rolls as you need to. So I've been Chris. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider donating to my Patreon, and I'll see you in my future videos.